Dominic, why is this ship so significant? Why should we worry about her?
Well, she's one of only a handful, three warships that survived from the First World War. So that makes her really special. And secondly, she's the last surviving warship that fought the Gallipoli campaign. So that makes her extra special. So the Gallipoli campaign, hugely resonant both in the United Kingdom and in Australia and New Zealand, and for that matter Turkey, and so she has significance for all of those people.
Fantastic. Now, what restoration work has been done on her in the past? In fact, the last time I filmed on her was in 1997 when restoration began. What's needed now?
Well, what was done in the past was to get the ship stable so that she's not rusting away on us. She's got a good paint surface which keeps the water off, so she's now stable, but no one can get on board and visit her. So what we need to do for 2015, which is the centenary of the Gallipoli campaign, is to get her open to the public, repair the bits that now need repairing after the period of time that's elapsed since the last restoration, and to tell the Gallipoli story using M33.
In terms of making sure that she is accessible to the public, what do you need to do?
Well, the first thing we need to do is to get people down into the dock where M33 is. So we need to create a vast steel walkway to get both able-bodied and disabled people onto the ship, so everyone is treated equally. That's the first challenge. And then the second challenge is to make sure that they can walk through the ship and see what there is to see without falling over, because she's a bit of a mess down there.
Fantastic. Just a couple of historical questions. What was a monitor?
A monitor is a coastal bombardment vessel. So they're relatively small ships. They're very slow under their own power, but they have very big guns. This one is a 6-inch vessel, but they went up to 15-inch guns. So they had the same weight of armament, some of them, as a battleship.
In all sort of, the history of the Navy, it would have been ships like this, because there would have been a lot of them. They would have been relatively cheap to produce. And you could have imagined that ships like this wouldn't have been considered to be any significance at all. They would have gone. How did this one survive?
Well, it's just chance. It's the survival of the fittest. She was hanging around. Somebody needed a workshop. She made a floating workshop. So she was parked on the Gosport side, I think. And that's what she was for 50 years or so. And then suddenly people turn around and say, gosh, this is quite significant. It survived.